Well, it's a little bit of a somber note, Maz. I wore the black armband for Jacob Koenig. He was a guy that recently came here and joined ECS. He's on the TIFO crew, tough kid. And unfortunately, he passed away from cancer. And so this was in honor of him and to all of the people down there at that end of the stadium. I think the energy was great. I love for Jacob and the tough kid and all of that stuff. The TIFO crew always does a good job. Our club is very good at that. So a little bit of a tribute there to Jacob and his family. And we wish him well.
With that, we'll get to your questions. I actually saw Jose first. Mike is coming your way.
Coach, do you happen to have any preliminary updates on Kellen Rope?
Quad injury. We'll know more when he gets an MRI, but it's a quad injury. No knee, it's a muscular injury.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, I mean, what was the relief level of seeing that goal hit the back of the net?
It was a lot because I thought we should have scored in the first half. I mean, the play at the very end where Chu gets in behind and Alberth coulda, shoulda, maybe, ball to his left foot, they missed. And then the two of them were able to finally connect. And it was a really good goal. It was a well-taken goal. We saw the replay in there. It was a good play, well done by Chu, and good timing, good movement in the box by Alberth.
Go to Maz next.
Yeah, just to stay on that, the similarity between the play at the end of the half and then when the goal was just looked like there were multiple runners inside the box, and obviously the give and go between Chu, Ladero to Chu to Rusnak was just an exquisite passing play.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good goal, Maz. We have worked with Leo a lot. You guys have seen his improvement this year. He's a very effective player, but it's always about the vision and the decision making. That's the last thing to come. And, we don't have joysticks. Those players have to make those decisions on the field. And, Leo made the right choice, and we're happy.
We'll work to the other side of the room here to Nico Moreno. Don't worry, Gigi, I'll buy you a little time to remind everybody on Zoom, if you have a question, please go ahead and hit that raise hand function button if you're interested in getting a question in the queue tonight. Nico, go ahead, please.
Just wondering your take on Alberth getting that goal. He's also a guy that's been wanting to get on the stat sheet and does a lot of work outside of just that goal in general.
Yeah. We've played him higher up the field, which I know he likes. He's always sacrificed since he's been at the club. And, he likes playing a line higher. We did toy with at certain moments in the second half with Alberth and Nico changing positions. And I think that's something we'll continue to try and just kind of fine tune and see if there's anything there. I thought Alberth, that run in behind that he makes and Reed played it a little too far. I think Alberth can make that run. I think he's good at it. And, it was a just reward for the almost goal that he scored in the first half.
All right, we'll go over to Owen next here.
I kind of want to go to the defensive end. AB stepped in tonight. Cody made his 10th appearance, but the team is still first in the league for shutouts. What's kind of your analysis of the defensive rotation and your confidence in that?
Well, the rotation is just because we're missing players, but the kids have done well, and I call AB a kid, although he's got a lot of experience, a lot of games under his belt, both for Defiance and for us. Cody has come on and done well. I thought he, was a little bit reckless there towards the end, and that's why we made the decision to put Kellen on, a little calmer, steadier, kind of veteran presence back there. But these are all learning moments for Cody, and for AB it was a good reminder that he's a worthwhile player and we should have confidence in him.
We'll come to Nico A next.
So with the return of Brad Smith, obviously playing for Houston, he came on a little bit later in the game, of course. Did you happen to have any conversations with him before the game? And your thoughts on his return today as well?
Yeah, he's coming back from a significant injury. I talked to him before the game. He seemed to be in good spirits. So it's nice to see him.
Okay, we'll come around back to this side of the room, and John Marshall has the next question.
To kind of add on to the defense, 11 shutouts this year, 9 of those at home. What's been the difference at home versus on the road that's made the defense as good as it's been?
I mean, I don't know. It is harder to win on the road in MLS statistically. I think we've always been a pretty good road team. Why we've been so good at home, the fans, the tifo, the people, it's always nice to come back here and play in front of big crowds. I think that energizes the guys. Playing away from home, a lot of the home teams, our opponents have that same advantage. Those are the times when you really got to bear down and knuckle down. I think we're capable of holding any team to a clean sheet. It's just a matter of, executing.
Go back to Jeremiah here.
We've talked a lot about the struggles to score. Did you feel, aside from the goal scoring, were you happy with the movement, with the chance creation?
I haven't checked the stats on what our expected goals were, so my gut is telling me that I was somewhat okay with it. And again, the game became a little bit false when they went down a guy. I don't know if that skewed our numbers up or how we went from that point forward, but I thought there was 2 clear chances in the first half. Obviously, the goal came in the second half. But Jeremiah, I'll probably have to watch the tape to really see if we're really pleased with how things went. Thought Raul didn't get as much of the ball in the first half. I think we should have done a better job there. So we'll keep looking at it.
Jada, I saw you submitted something in the chat. Are you able to bring yourself off mute? I can't see the question in the chat, but I saw you asked one, I believe, there. And Max, if you can bring it up, I'm happy to read it. Jada, go ahead if you're trying to talk.
I see it. You mentioned a possible change in the formation to get the offense going. Is this goal enough to stick with what you're doing? Jada, good question. I think just maybe the little subtle shift between Nico and Alberth is the only thing that we'll try. I thought, from the beginning of the year, I think our formation is working. There might be a chance that Alex comes back early if El Salvador can't beat Panama. So we'll keep progressing with the same kind of tactics that we have.
If there's any other questions on the Zoom portion, totally fine. Just go ahead and hit that raise hand function button for us, please. In the meantime, we'll come back to Maz. Nico, I see you as well. And John, I see you too. Maz, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Brian, when you're speaking about Rusnak and Lodero, is that just because their ability to create space and then handle the ball, or what are without telling all this?
Well, they're playing in the same spots, just on opposite ends of the field. I wanted Nico to come on his left and Alberth to come in on his right. I thought that would be effective. I still think that can be effective. I just think for a different look, if a team is used to seeing Nico in a certain spot, well, then maybe we change it up.
Just to add to that, what role then does either Vargas or João Paulo play?
That's the same. Their roles don't change at all. The structure of the group, how we set up, is pretty specific. We've got a high and wide guy here. We've got guys in the pocket. We've got a center forward. We like to have a right back. That's the highest, widest guy on the field. 2 holders, 3 guys building out.
Yeah, John, go ahead.
Scoring's been a bit of an issue for the club, except for the 3 goals in Charlotte. I think it's going back 16 games without 2 or more goals, without that game in there. Do you think a goal like the one scored tonight can help?
It's not enough. We need more. We need more, John. It's 1 goal. Could have had more. I mean, I told him at halftime if we score 1, it's going to break for us. But we only scored 1. So we'll keep working at it.
We'll go to Diego next.
Buenas noches. Felicitaciones por el triunfo. Cuando salió Ruiz Díaz se le notó molesto e incómodo. El cambio de Ruiz Díaz se debió a que se buscaba cuidar el resultado. Ruiz Díaz no se encontraba en un buen estado y mejor era sacarlo porque aún mantiene su lesión. ¿O cuál fue la razón del cambio?
First, congrats on the win. When Raul Ruiz Díaz came out of the game, he seemed not to be happy with the substitution. Was it because we were protecting the result, or because he's not in fully 100% of shape right now?
So Raul played actually longer than he was supposed to. We keep time and also the actual outputs of his total distance, sprinting distance, his high intensity distance. So he was a little bit over. And so we took him out as a precaution because we can't afford to have him injured. But there will be times when I take him out for a different reason and he won't be happy because he just loves to play and he loves to score goals. So I understand that and there's no issues there.
Raúl jugó hoy día más tiempo del que debió jugar según las métricas que nosotros estamos calculando. Nosotros constantemente estamos siguiendo la cantidad de tiempo que juega, la cantidad de distancia que se mueve, la cantidad de distancia que se mueve con intensidad, y durante el partido ya estaba sobre las métricas que habíamos establecido que él debía jugar según esas cantidades. Raúl, y en el día del partido de hoy salió por esa razón. Sin embargo, habrán otros momentos en los que tendrá que salir por algunas otras razones que probablemente no esté de acuerdo, porque a él es un jugador que le gusta jugar, le gusta anotar goles y le gusta tener tiempo en los partidos, pero es algo que lo vamos a ver en el momento que suceda.
Muchas gracias. El profesor. Increíble. Thank you. Okay, Nico, I think I saw you over here. Do you still have one?
Yeah, my third question.
Just Mike's coming for you.
Yeah, I got it. There was 1 and 2. Brian, just wanted to get your take. You mentioned that you were hoping Cody could get a little forward more often. Those overloads that you guys try to create with more men on the attacking side. Are you getting enough from him? If there is a possibility that Alex doesn't come back, or is that something that you might have to tinker with a little bit?
No, I wanted Obed to get higher up the field. That's who I wanted higher up the field. Because if Cody stays here and Nico floats out to the wing channel, there's a gap there. And we actually talked about Obed being the one that rides in the prime assist zone. The way we play, yes, Cody. And to be fair to the kid, he did go a couple times. JP hit him with a long pass in the first half, and a couple times in the second half he was in a good position. So Cody's learning, and he'll be fine for the next game.